The following is a comparison between the New Jerusalem, as described by John in the Book of Revelation, and a Buddhist Stupa, as described in the Saddharma-Pundarika, also known as the Lotus Sutra. Revelation 21. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as large as the breadth, and he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second, sapphire, the third, a chalcedony, the fourth, an emerald, the fifth, sardonyx, the sixth, sardius, the seventh, chrysolite, the eighth, beryl, the ninth, a topaz, the 10th, a chrysoprasus, the 11th, a jacinth, the 12th, an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls, every several gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty, and the Lamb, are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. Saddharma-Pundarika. Chapter 11. Apparition of a Stupa. Then there arose a stupa, consisting of 7 precious substances, from the place of the earth opposite the Lord, the assembly being in the middle, a stupa 500 yoganas in height and proportionate in circumference. After its rising, the stupa, a meteoric phenomenon, stood in the sky sparkling, beautiful, nicely decorated with 5,000 successive terraces of flowers, adorned with many thousands of arches, embellished by thousands of banners and triumphal streamers, hung with thousands of jewel garlands and with hour plates and bells, and emitting the scent of xanthochimus and sandal, which scent filled this whole world. Its row of umbrellas rose so far on high as to touch the abodes of the 4 guardians of the horizon and the gods. It consisted of 7 precious substances, viz., gold, silver, lapis lazuli, musarag alva, emerald, red coral, and karkatana stone. At the sight of that great stupa of precious substances, that meteoric phenomenon in the sky, the 4 classes of hearers were filled with gladness, delight, satisfaction and joy. Instantly they rose from their seats, stretched out their joined hands, and remained standing in that position. Then the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Mahapratibhana, perceiving the world, including gods, men, and demons, filled with curiosity, said to the Lord, O Lord, what is the cause, what is the reason of so magnificent a stupa of precious substances appearing in the world? Who is it, O Lord, who causes that sound to go out from the magnificent stupa of precious substances? Thus asked, the Lord spake to Mahapratibhana, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, as follows: in this great stupa of precious substances, Mahapratibhana, the proper body of the Tathagata, is contained condensed, his is the stupa, it is he who causes this sound to go out. And when the Lord Sakyamuni, the Tathagata, perceived that his creations, none wanting, had arrived, perceived that they were severally seated on their thrones, and perceived that the satellites of those Tathagatas, etc., were present, he, in consideration of the wish expressed by those Tathagatas, etc., rose from his seat and stood in the sky, as a meteor. and all the 4 classes of the assembly rose from their seats, stretched out their joined hands, and stood gazing up to the face of the Lord. The Lord then, with the right forefinger, unlocked the middle of the great stupa of jewels, which showed like a meteor, and so severed the 2 parts. Even as the double doors of a great city gate separate when the bolt is removed, so the Lord opened the great stupa, which showed like a meteor, by unlocking it in the middle with the right forefinger. The great stupa of jewels had no sooner been opened than the Lord Prabhudaratna, the Tathagata, etc., was seen sitting cross-legged on his throne, with emaciated limbs and faint body, as if absorbed in abstract meditation, and he pronounced these words, "Excellent, excellent, Lord Sakyamuni, thou hast well expounded this Dharma pariyaya of the lotus of the true law.